are under the work experience internship with our transition partners. We have a 5% that have chosen to pursue further education, master's, PhD, and postgraduate diplomas. When you add this number, you get 72% of our scholar alumni who are already productively engaged in employment or entrepreneurship. We note that we have a 12% who have not been able to transition. They are still navigating their pathways. Ladies and gentlemen, these are among the other youth in Uganda and Africa at large, graduate with university degrees and are unable to find their path. We are telling them the systems are here to support the alumni network and the institutional network to navigate your pathways to meaningful engagements. What does this data mean? Is it only about numbers? No. This data affirms that investing in young people yields measurable economic and social returns. And yes, the efforts directly contribute to the Young Africa Works strategy. Colleagues and transition partners on Table 4, let's work together to continue supporting the 12% and the many other Makerere and other university graduates that are still navigating transition. So far, this is about the individuals we are seeing here today. What is the story in the communities? As we shall see briefly, there is a lot going on in the communities through give back initiatives. Our partner, Mastercard Foundation, Vice Chancellor and all esteemed members here today. The efforts of this partnership reflect a shared commitment to youth empowerment, institutional transformations, and community impact, and we are very grateful. As I get to a closure, I know we all received invitation cards to come here today, and just remind ourselves, why are we here in this beautifully decorated tent? Today, at this moment, we are celebrating 4 things. First, the 13 years of partnership with Mastercard Foundation. We're very grateful to you, Mastercard Foundation. Secondly, we are celebrating the last 10 graduates of Phase 1. Kindly, could you stand up so that we see you today? That is the last group of our Phase 1 as we roll into Phase 2. Third, we are celebrating a strong alumni network. I've mentioned the number 974, who post-graduation continue to network, give back, and impact communities. Finally, I'll say this in a whisper. We are celebrating you, Rita Roy. Congratulations over your honorary award. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who, for some good reason, missed the morning event at the Freedom Square, the orator told a high-level story about Rita Roy, and we promise to play it at 4:30 in this same place. Rita, in your own words, you said, not today, earlier, that overcoming inequality leads to restoration of dignity, leads to restoration of hope, and restoration of confidence for the people, and it activates their own agency to change the world. Right before you, Scholar Alumni, what is your story? The Scholar Alumni, what is your story? You're educated, empowered, skilled to change the lives and the economies of Africa. Just hit the road. Ladies and gentlemen, Mastercard Foundation promotes youth agents and voice. I can't stand here to speak to them. The scholars, can you please tell us your story in just 3 minutes? Thank you, US, for leading the standing ovation. Let's give it again. Let's give it again. Thank you as they walk down the aisle. Ladies and gentlemen, it is their day. It is their event. And that's how they chose to do it. Thank you so much, our two scholars. We would have loved to be here the entire day, but it's mission impossible. A 13-year impactful partnership has many facets. Ladies and gentlemen, as you wind your meal, please join me on an 8-minute ride into this partnership. My IT support.
Makerere University has been the architect of African excellence, shaping leaders, advancing knowledge and serving society. Today, with over 17,000 students across 9 colleges and 3 schools, it continues to champion knowledge generation, research and innovation in an inclusive and supportive environment. Makerere has, over the years, collaborated with many organizations to expand access to quality education. Among these partnerships, the collaboration with Mastercard Foundation stands out as a transformative force. The partnership with the foundation since 2013 has yielded significant and measurable outcomes at individual, institutional, and community levels.
It is actually addressing our strategic directions almost directly, because part of what we have in our strategic plan is to produce more graduates that are going to impact society. And the partnership with Mastercard Foundation is doing this, ensuring that we achieve this in several ways.
The Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program, which started way back in 2013, extends comprehensive scholarships to young people with paying attention to gender inclusion, persons with disabilities, students with refugee status, regional distribution within Uganda, and international students. When the scholars are admitted to this program, they receive comprehensive support, including financial support, mentorship, mental wellness support, leadership training and entrepreneurship training, and all this is aimed to ensure holistic education.
The Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program has empowered Africa's youth, creating opportunities to build a generation of transformative leaders. The program has provided scholarships to talented, economically constrained youth across Africa.
The largest initiative in this partnership is the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program, and we are happy that through that partnership we have been able to train more than 1,000 students during the first phase of the partnership, who are coming from across Africa and going back to their communities to serve the continent.
Of this, 48% have transitioned to formal employment. 18% are young entrepreneurs creating jobs for themselves and for other young people. 5% have gone to further education to further their knowledge and skills. But we are also cognizant of the 12% who have not transitioned yet, still navigating their path. Many of the scholar alumni are leaders where they are at their workplaces and their communities.
This scholarship has enabled us to join this prestigious university and transformed our lives in ways we could never have imagined. I greatly appreciate Makerere University and Mastercard Foundation for giving us a chance as scholars, especially young people with disabilities like me.
When the tragedy of COVID-19 hit the whole world, all hope for continuing education faded. But Mastercard Foundation adapted swiftly with the e-learning initiative. With their support, Makerere University digitized 2,500 courses, trained 1,280 academic staff to teach online classes, and onboarded students to a dynamic e-learning platform, ensuring education continued regardless of the circumstances.
With our growing population, there is no way we are going to bring all students who want to have a higher education to universities. So e-learning is going to be pertinent. Through that program, we have done a lot of digitization of our programs, and we are really very grateful to the foundation.
The initiative entailed activities that required us to ensure that the students are having resources to access online, and this entailed transforming courses that were delivered in the classroom, but you transform them and deliver them on a learning management system, which we use at Makerere University called the Makerere University Electronic Learning Environment, or Mwele for short. So we had to train faculty members or academic staff members to develop 2,579 courses, to transform them into online courses and host them on the learning management system, Mwele. But also we had to procure some infrastructure to boost the capacity of Mwele. We procured 3 servers to boost the server capacity and 1 to boost the multimedia streaming. We also built capacity of students to be able to learn using the digital systems, because learning in the classroom and learning using the digital system is quite different.
Recognizing climate change as Africa's greatest challenge, Mastercard Foundation introduced the Africa Climate Collaborative to shape a future in which African knowledge, innovation, and leadership drive sustainable, climate-resilient development across the continent. Through this, the program's reach extends to supporting 250 master's students, 40 PhDs, 30 postdoctoral researchers, and 500 youth not in education or employment, unlocking pathways for a new generation of African leaders to rise with vision, resilience, and impact.
Makerere University is part of the African Climate Collaborative, focusing on 4 pillars: the workforce development, entrepreneurship, research and innovation, and policy engagement.
And we as universities have got a responsibility to initiate ideas on how to help our communities to be resilient in these circumstances. And that is a very important initiative of the Mastercard Foundation.
So the Climate Collaborative Initiative will shape the future where African knowledge, innovations, and leaders will drive sustainable climate resilience development across the continent.
No one is left behind because this partnership is built on inclusion. The Makerere University Disability Support Center enables students and staff with disabilities to smoothly engage in both academic and other capacity building programs.
Makerere University has for a long time had policies on disability and on safeguarding, but the partnership has enhanced that in several ways, because the partnership has supported more students with disability to come to the university, but also through that partnership we are able then to implement a one-stop center for students with disability, which is very well equipped, and it has of course enhanced the experience of students with disability.
Disability Support Center is an interactive space where we come, we as students access devices that helps us in learning. For example, there are computers here. When I come, they are connected with Wi-Fi, which is strong to access the reading materials. They also have jaws for those who are visually impaired, where they are able to get what is on the screen minus seeing it. We also have printing service, helps us save some money. I have access to printer and paper. They print for me for free. Disability Support Center being on the ground floor, it is easier for me to come in and go out wherever I want.
In the aftermath of the tragic 2022 Ivory Tower fire, the Mark Relief Fund was extended to the university at a moment of urgent need. It ensured continuity in university operations and served as a catalyst for recovery, accelerating the digitization of systems that would help the institution become more secure in the future.
When we had the unfortunate incident of our main building burning in 2020, Mastercard Foundation was the first one actually to get concerned, and the outgoing president called me personally and expressed concern and also pledged to support. And the support that was given helped us to digitize a lot of our information, and we now are almost a fully digitized university.
Built on a shared commitment to inclusion, equity, and excellence, the partnership has opened doors for young people who might otherwise have been left behind.
I'm Ronald Ekwaro. I am a Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program alumni from Makerere University. I was in the 4th cohort, that is 2017. I graduated from Makerere University in 2022. Currently, I'm enrolled into a pediatric fellowship program in optometry at Indian Academy of Optometry. When I completed my Form 6, that is 2016, I got a scholarship. That alone restored hope into my future. I now knew that my academic journey was back to track.
The impact goes beyond graduation. Scholar-led ventures have created direct jobs and communities have been transformed through give-back projects.
Beyond Makerere University, we see the impact in the community where the scholars are coming from. From the 23 scholar-led business ventures, we have seen 86 direct jobs created. And these people are employing fellow young people, both males and females.
My name is Ceremonial. I'm a Mastercard Foundation alumnus from Makerere University. I was in cohort 5. I pursued Bachelor of Arts with Education, where I managed to get a first class of 4.57 CGPA. After my graduation in 2023, Mastercard Foundation had a project called Mastercard Alumni Fund. I put in my application and I was able to win 3,500 USD. This money facilitated me in beginning this project, in buying a machine. I want to thank the Mastercard Foundation for this opportunity that they granted me. It has not only changed me, but it has changed the whole of village.
But also we have seen give back from the scholars making a lot of impact. 12 communities have over time benefited from the Give Back initiative in areas of safe water by constructing boreholes, education where classroom blocks have been constructed and furnished to enable the other young people have a good experience in education. And there's been a lot of emphasis in constructing sanitation facilities. Yes, the impact is beyond.
Through scholarships, system strengthening and student-centered support, the collaboration has not only enabled access to education, but has also strengthened the university's capacity to nurture talent, innovation and leadership.
The students have been undergoing leadership training. And for that purpose, we are now introducing new programs or new courses that are going to empower our students to be leaders. Influence, if you want to say, of the Mastercard Foundation is now spread across the university.
Mentorship has been mainstreamed into the entire university in a well-structured manner. We have seen mental wellness, a key focus for both the students and staff. And of course, the internationalization agenda of Makerere University has gotten better over time.
13 years on, the partnership between Makerere University and Mastercard Foundation is more than a collaboration.
Makerere University extends our sincere appreciation to the Mastercard Foundation. This partnership has seen us grow. This partnership has increased the visibility of the university.
I cannot thank the Mastercard Foundation enough for the great work that they are doing. I would like to congratulate President Emeritus Rita Roy for a great job done. You are the pioneer president of the Mastercard Foundation, and you came to Uganda on your very first assignment and actually went to areas which were difficult even for Ugandans to go at that time. That show of love for Africa is unprecedented. You have done a great job. You have laid the foundation for the Mastercard Foundation to do great work in Africa. We thank you and we wish you all the best in your other assignments.
Together, Makerere University and Mastercard Foundation are investing in people, empowering the young people to lead with purpose, resilience and impact. As the partnership looks to the future, it continues to shape a generation of African leaders equipped to drive meaningful change across the continent and beyond.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our summary story for the 13 years. I need not to say more from what you've seen. The scholars said it and the alumni said it. Allow me to conclude with words of appreciation to Mastercard Foundation, Makerere University management and staff, the colleagues who are implementing the 3 initiatives, our dear program partners and mentors, the communities and the parents with whom we nurture these young people, and you, the young people, who chose to remain focused and committed to your journeys. It is the reason we are celebrating today. Happy 13 years, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Prof. Namarwa, for showing us what 13 years looks like on ground. Right now, we'd like to celebrate our chief guest. And to do that, the Makerere community and the scholars community have prepared some gifts for you. I'd like to invite our Vice Chancellor, who will invite the Chair Council to help us present these presents.
Thank you, Eunice. You should have simply invited me and the Chair of Council to come. Yeah? Thank you for inviting me. Now I invite the Chair of Council.
Our chief guest, Dr. Rita Roy, the founding president and CEO of Mastercard, the vice chancellor, Professor Nawangwe, my colleagues, members of council, management, alumni, Mastercard alumni, and our very, very special guests, the graduates now. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. There are moments in life of an institution that call for more than a ceremony, and this is one of them. Today, we gather not simply to mark the passage of 13 years, but to bear witness to what an extraordinary partnership grounded in shared values and a common love for Africa's young people looks like. And so 13 years ago, Makerere University, a centenary institution and leading university excuse me, in East and Central Africa, entered a partnership with Mastercard. In the years that have followed, this collaboration has expanded our reach, deepened our impact, and permanently altered the life trajectories of thousands of young Africans. On behalf of the Makerere University Council and our entire community, I offer our deepest and most heartfelt gratitude to the Mastercard Foundation. Thank you for your commitment of over 4.7 billion USDs to enable 30 million young Africans to access dignified, fulfilling work. By 2030, this speaks of a profound belief that this continent's greatest resource has never been its minerals or its lands, but its people. Just watching the young people here give their, what was a beautiful recitation, was really, really heartwarming. And it just shows that there is more to life than just the mineral resources, the land resources, but when you touch a life, you touch the people, you touch a continent. So Makerere University shares this belief absolutely with you, Mastercard Foundation. What began in 2013 with the Scholars Program has blossomed into a living ecosystem of transformation. And I won't go into what we have just heard, the story of the 13 years that Professor Namalwa has shown us. So thank you. This partnership has made Makerere University a genuinely inclusive institution. And again, I'll not go into the details. We've just seen what that has done for us. The students from the different rural communities, the inclusive partnerships that we have had. So Dr. Rita Roy, you recently reminded the world of a truth we hold dear here, that education creates pathways, but it's ultimately the determination, imagination, and leadership of young people that delivers real change. That conviction, paired with Madiba's timeless declaration that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, forms the twin pillars upon which this partnership rests. We do not merely graduate students, we send forth agents of change. So to every young person present today who has passed through these programs, you're not a beneficiary, you are the purpose. Carry this knowledge with confidence, your skills with humility, and your sense of obligation with conviction. The Africa we are building does not merely need your talent, it really depends on it. Dr. Rita Roy, it's now my singular privilege to speak directly to you. The honorary doctorate that Makerere University has conferred upon you this morning is the highest honor this institution can bestow. It is not given lightly. It is given to those whose lives have expanded the boundaries of what is possible for others, and yours has done precisely that. Thank you. In 18 years of visionary leadership, you did not simply manage a great foundation, you animated it with purpose. In your own words, you made the invisible visible, and those words will endure. You gave hope to the hopeless. Through your stewardship, young Africans whom the world had too often looked past discovered that they had a seat at the table, a voice worth hearing, and a future worth investing in. Today, we are so proud and honored to call you one of our own. As I look to the horizon, my ambition for this partnership burns even brighter, not dimmer. I envision a long-term strategic program, excuse me, for which we should gather and celebrate a golden jubilee in 2063. I look forward to a scholars program endowed in perpetuity, to strengthen commitments for refugees, persons with disabilities, and the most undeserved amongst us, and to a research and innovation culture at Makerere that delivers continent-wide solutions to continent-wide challenges. And so I look forward with great anticipation to the day when Mastercard Foundation Center for Africa at Makerere University rises as a permanent monument to what bold vision and faithful partnership can achieve. Before I take my seat, I pause to honor the architects of this partnership, those whose negotiations, wisdom, and foresight laid the ground on which we now stand. Professor Mondo Kagonyera, Justice Lillian Echirikumbinza Tibatemwa, Professor Dumba Sentamu, and our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe. Thank you. Each of you played an irreplaceable role in writing this chapter of our history. And to every member of our program staff, the women and men who translate vision into lived reality day after day without fanfare, you are the true heartbeat of this partnership. We see you, we hear you, and we honor you. Mastercard Foundation, please accept our most profound gratitude, not just for what you've given us, but what you have believed we could become. Together, we build for the future. Thank you. It's my distinguished honor to invite you, Dr. Rita, to come.
So as Council and Professor Nawangwe unveil our gifts to Miss Rita Roy, the first one that's being unveiled right now is the one from the Makerere community. It's a depiction of the main building, our very treasured main building, and the implication of it is that we shall never forget that when we had a crisis, you were among the first to come to our rescue, and you gave generously. We are forever grateful. The second one, the one that's being unveiled right now, is from the scholar community. It's a portrait of Miss Rita Roy. And they say to tell you that that is to let you know that you're forever inscribed on their hearts, and they'll never forget you for the ways in which you've impacted and changed their lives, so they can in turn change their communities. Thank you very much from the scholar community. I understand there is a very third special gift from the scholars. Please come close. Okay. Okay. That was the third one. That's from the scholars as well. So you can take a piece of Uganda with you. That's the chikoi. It's a traditional fabric from central Uganda. You're welcome.
So good afternoon, everyone. It has been a magnificent day, absolutely magnificent. And let me first begin by thanking our Vice Chancellor and thanking his team for this great honor of this partnership. I just want you to know how close and how dear we hold this incredible partnership with Makerere University. The 13 years have taught us a lot about what it means to walk in partnership and what it means to be in service. So we are enormously grateful. Personally, I want to also say thank you for this great honor. Today, it was an experience I will never forget. And it is an honor that I now share with all of you here, scholars, that we're all part of the same community and that we all belong as alumni of Makerere University. And so, as the expectations and the standards are high, I know all of you do the same, and I will do my best to uphold the values and the principles of this great institution. I have a few things I want to say to our scholars here. Just as you heard a moment ago, you're not beneficiaries. You are the definition of impact. And this program, the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program, was always conceived and was always about transformative leadership. So you are very special leaders with an assignment. And that assignment is to make the world, and whether that world is Uganda, whether it is your neighborhood, your community, whether that world is some part of this great continent, or the world is the world, or it's your discipline or the profession that you choose, it's to make it better. And by better, make it more inclusive, to bring others along, and to always recognize that you are who you are because of what you've already walked through. The experiences that you've had, perhaps from childhood, perhaps even now, they are our best teachers. But to recognize that there are others along the way who could also, to whom we could also extend a hand and who we could also accompany. So I see all of you, I see this force right here at Makerere University, and you're part of an even larger community of about 100,000 Mastercard Foundation scholars, all with the very same assignment. And with you walking, doing, achieving, pioneering, creating, and supporting, this world can only be better, and it can only be more just and more equitable. So I thank you. I thank you for what you've already achieved, and I thank you for what you are about to do. So thank you.
Thank you. We'd like to invite our chief guest before she leaves, before she goes outside, to celebrate with us by cutting the cake that was prepared with the scholars, the Vice Chancellor, the Chair Council, top management, Makerere community, Mastercard Foundation team. Yes, please, the cake. Yes. Book. Oh. It's good to have you with us, Prof. Okay. 3, 2, 1, yay! Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating Ms. Rita Roy and 13 years of partnership between Mastercard Foundation and Makerere University. Thank you very much and congratulations. Yes, please. Can we have some soft music, please, from the table at the back?
I woke up on the floor again. Another night I swore I'd change. Empty bottle, heavy heart, trying to numb that kind of pain. I was running from forgiveness, but grace kept chasing me. And when I hit my lowest low, that's when you set me free. I thought I was too far gone, but you were waiting all along. From rock bottom to mercy, you built me up again. Took the ashes of my failure and called me redeemed man. Every scar tells a story of a savior who won't quit on me. Yeah, I fell hard, but your love found me. From rock bottom to mercy, I can still hear the silence ring when I cried out your name that night. Didn't think you'd ever listen, but you showed up with light. Now I wear peace like a promise where my shame used to be. You turned my prison into praise.
Ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest has left, but the party continues. I hope everyone has gotten a meal. If you haven't, please go to the tent outside and get a meal. There are exhibitions from some of our scholars. Let's network, let's eat. We'll have some cake. There's some cocktails outside. So the party now begins. Or the after party, I do not know. But the actual celebration of the partnership. And thanks once again for joining us, for celebrating with us this afternoon.
Yeah, I fell hard, but your love